Before this, if I had thought that I would become a quad amputee, what would there be to live for? I had a surgery back in November of 2013, and I began to have some atypical problems after the surgery. I was going into sepsis and toxic shock syndrome with a strep A infection. In order to save my life, they put me on some drugs which put the medication into your vital organs to save you, basically. Because of that, it really impacts your extremities, and so blood doesn't flow to your extremities, and your extremities basically die. I spent 7 months in recovery at the hospital. I went through about 20 surgeries. The Limb Preservation Foundation and the hospital really saved my life. The Bloom Again Fund was formed in honor of Molly Bloom, in honor of individuals who want to get back to sports and other activities, who have had trauma or injury to extremities, who want to get back into sports and just living again. And I'm honored to hopefully be a recipient of some of that funding. I would like to get back on the ski slopes again. It's such a big part of my family and such a big way to connect with my boys. But to have a fund that can do that for us is such an honor, and I'm so grateful. I'm overjoyed. If you put your mind to it, you can get through anything, and the limb preservation is out there for you. The Patient Assistant Program, I'm a volunteer. We receive applications from individuals that are uninsured or underinsured that have issues with their limbs due to infection or trauma or tumors, to help them with rent, utilities, and all the costs that they can't meet, or they're focusing on their health and their recovery and they can't work. It gives meaning to everything that I've gone through. I'm hoping that I'm an example to others that there's hope.
Being a volunteer with the Limb Preservation Foundation, I get an awfully lot out of it because I know that I've helped somebody and I've listened, and sometimes patients only need someone to listen. And it's not just the patients. Very often it's the family who needs someone to talk to who has been there. What I actually have is pleomorphic sarcoma, which means that they don't know whether the tumor started in the muscle or in the bone. I was really frightened that I would never walk again. So they're taking good care of you. I volunteer with the patient care program by passing out comfort bags with items in it that make the stay in the hospital a little bit more pleasant. I kind of hope they carry a little piece of me in their heart, and I probably carry a piece of each of them in my own heart. Probably the most rewarding experience I had was with a woman who was facing an amputation. I went to visit her, and she was really frightened. Her family was particularly frightened, and I said, "Well, would you like to see my leg?" She said to me, "You know you saved my life." And she said, "I was just going to go home and die. I wasn't going to have an amputation." To me, the Limb Preservation Foundation gave me the opportunity to help someone, and we saved her life. I mean, what could be any better?
My todays and my tomorrows are so much better than my yesterdays, even before my injury. November of 2012, I got a little scratch on my knee from asphalt, and numerous surgeries, infection had set in, and finally it came down to where I had to make a decision. Did I want to keep my leg, which was very, very painful, or to have an amputation? And for a year I suffered with it, and I finally decided, let's go. I wouldn't be where I am today without Limb Preservation Foundation, without those doctors, without all the hope that was given to me. And now I feel I'm being used to give that to others. And that feeling in your heart is better than any feeling you've ever had. I'm back to my skydiving. I'm a professional skydiver. I learned how to wake surf and wakeboard. I'm doing more things now than I ever had done before. My life is so full. With the Limb Preservation Foundation, they told me what I could do and how I could do it and how they could help. And I thought, wow, this isn't going to be so hard after all. In the period of 4 years, I've received over $10,000 to help with things from antibiotics that insurance wouldn't pay for, rent, electric bills, car payments, all the worries that come with all of those burdens get lifted off of your shoulders and you feel peace. You feel true peace. I'm so thankful for everything that everyone has done, for the doctors, the foundation. Without them, I wouldn't be alive today. I hope and believe that the people open their wallets a little bit bigger, because for every one of me, there's so many more that need the help of the foundation.